Dressed in their finest, the Mavs as they came through the tunnel earlier on, ready to give their faithful fans plenty to cheer about tonight. And the game arrival, sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. The Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge and the state flag of Texas looking majestic tonight. We're coming to you live from Dallas, Texas. Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball here on 2K Sports. Tonight, it's Noche NBA, a celebration of the amazing Latin culture in this league and its fans all around the globe. A great tradition we get to enjoy. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan, and we're pleased to have on the sidelines tonight David Aldridge. As we approach the playoffs, let's now take a look at what is shaping up in the West. You look at Dallas. They're in 7th and looking to hold on to that seed for the playoffs. And checking out Phoenix, they're much further down in the standings right now.
And right now for Phoenix, one thing they don't have to worry about is not having enough free time in this summer, because they're not going anywhere near the postseason.
And there will be players on the move once this season is over. You can count on that. They have to make wholesale changes, and the front office knows it.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Well, guys, since Devin Booker's been in the pros, he's been able to show his ability to create. He said at Kentucky, all I shot was catch and shoot threes. I was fitting in with my team, playing off of others. But my dad always taught me the fundamentals. I don't want to rely on one thing. Being good at everything is how you earn your spot on the floor. Devin?
He's doing it all, D.A. Thanks. Late in the season, Doris, and some teams now are not going to be in the postseason. They're out of the playoffs and are giving more time. You talked about this earlier, giving more time to their young players to develop.
Well, there is nothing more beneficial to a young player than real-time NBA experience. So when you're out of the playoffs, those young guys start to get more and more minutes. They'll give those young guys more and more responsibility on the offensive and defensive end. And there's no greater teacher than giving NBA reps to guys who you think can be a key part of your future.
So fun for us as the fans and people that cover the league to get a glimpse of the future, what these teams, what these individual players could be like. So the opening lineup for the Suns. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Saric and Ayton at the 4 and the 5. And it's Oubre in at the small forward. And for Dallas, Hardaway and Porzingis in at the forward slots. Seth Curry is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Powell in at the 5, roaming the paint. Shot clock at 2. And Porzingis puts up a deep 3. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway. Got a piece of it. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Porzingis. Rubio against Doncic. And Saric kicks to Oubre. And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, quick foul to pick up right away here in the first quarter.
Booker outside. Puts up a 3. It's good. And he makes his first shot of the game.
You have to be able to think quickly and make great decisions. And in the catch and shoot, Devin Booker doing work.
Curry passes to Doncic. Doesn't go for him. The Suns go the other way with it. Last time they met was in Dallas, where they beat the Mavericks.
Yeah, and they won that matchup last time, and it wasn't even close, guys.
Yeah, I thought that had to do with getting the starters in foul trouble and then taking advantage of the substitutes, and that led to a huge disparity on the scoreboard. Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
Passes it to Powell. Kicks it to Hardaway. On the wing, Doncic. Doubled by Oubre. Shot clock at 5. Pull from the top of the key. They get the rebound. And Porzingis goes it down hard.
Don't tell me I'm just
to Oubre. Now here's Ayton. And Rubio kicks to Oubre. A 3-ball. Here's Ayton. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket.
This guy, a relentless force on the glass. DeAndre Ayton going to work and getting the putback.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Curry with it. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Porzingis can't hit.
Boy, the offensive flow just isn't there right now. 1 for 5 to start the game.
Oubre, no one around him. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio.
80% from the field to start, playing with a ton of confidence.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
And there's the call on Devin Booker. That's his first foul. Powell finds Hardaway. Back to Powell. Finds himself wide open and drills it.
Well, you want some unselfishness from a guy who's capable of scoring. And Tim Hardaway says, you know what? My teammate's open. I'm going to get him the ball.
Now here's Saric. A 24-point outing in their last game against Portland. Pass to Booker. From deep three-point range. And that one is off. And it's Dallas the other way.
I think the player most closely identified with the Phoenix Suns the last 3 years, obviously Devin Booker. You know, here's a guy who averaged well over 20 points. He can beat you with the pass as well. He's the piece that gives this team great hope for the future.
And here are the Suns now, following the score by Dallas. And that's a foul called on Dwight Powell. That is his first foul of the game. Doncic against Rubio. He kicks to Saric. That three off the mark. And what's astounding, even with Booker, the Suns have been last worst in three-point accuracy 2 straight seasons.
Yeah, and I think that speaks, Kev, to the roster construction. You need floor spacing to win games, and it can't be from just one guy. This franchise knows that. They just haven't been able to yet solve the problem.
And it's Rubio with the ball for the Phoenix Suns. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
Yeah, I mean, hard time shooting the rock in that one, but they also didn't give themselves the best looks.
I think, Greg, even when you get quality looks, there was an inability to stay consistent. It is hard to win on a cold shooting night in today's NBA. The scoring is just too good. Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
Shot clock at 6. Wide open look. The Mavericks pull it in. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets. Here's Hardaway. Powell trying to free himself up. Hardaway, no good. Rubio with a wide open look. Off target with his three. Mavericks trail by 6. To the paint. Here's Powell. Some solid defense from Saric.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
We are talking about a gifted athlete when we are talking about Kelly Oubre Jr. He takes pleasure in getting the defense to commit to him.
The Suns shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
First one falls for him.
We know this about the Dallas Mavericks. they will put every piece of data and information to use in terms of trying to get an advantage. Think about it, guys. They are now doing blood tests, trying to head off injury for their players. They believe this gives them a clearer picture into the overall health of their athletes.
And both free throws good for Oubre. And Doris, those blood tests you were talking about, always subject to player permission. They want to honor player privacy.
I think you have to, Kevin, and most of the Mavs have embraced it. These tests have the ability to measure almost 50 biomarkers. As an athlete, you're always trying to stay in peak form. As an organization, you're always trying to manage appropriately their workloads.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Just feels like the basket is looking awfully small to them right now. They're having a hard time getting anything to fall.
Look at Ricky Rubio, some stats on him. He's been on a tear since the All-Star break, going really to another level. First in assists, third in steals, and tremendous confidence and consistency at the foul line. He ranks among the top 15 in free throw percentage.
And we're talking about the ultimate competitor here. Leading the league in assists, maximizing every possession. He just tears apart a defense. Hardaway finds Curry. A new 14 for the Mavericks. Porzingis can't hit.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Curry passes to Doncic. It's on target from the high post.
Well, you have got to take this shot away from Luka Doncic. He's too good to be given the mid-range look.
And Rubio kicks to Booker. Rubio in the corner. Booker outside. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got his third assist on the night. Mavericks trail by 9. Doncic outside. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Boy, what body control from the Slovenian forward. Doncic comfortable taking on all challengers.
For Phoenix, they've gone 6 of 13 from the field, just under the 50% mark. Saric outside. And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second foul of the first quarter, and they may want to sit him for a while to avoid number 3.
Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Wright comes in for Seth Curry. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for the Suns. Bridges comes in for Oubre. Now here's Booker. 29 points for him last game against the Trailblazers in Portland. Tries it from 19. That shot off. Nice D from Doncic.
This has not been a good period for this guy. Out of sync, not letting the game come to him. He's got to settle down and make shots.
Rubio with it. Now guarded by Porzingis. Porzingis with the block.
This guy showing great potential as a rim protector. Porzingis a threat to block shots anywhere, anytime.
A different look for Dallas. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. And for the Suns, Frank Kaminsky comes in for Ayton. And it's Carter in for Ricky Rubio. And here are the Suns now. 7-point differential.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
The pass to Cauley-Stein. Here's Kleber. And here's Brunson. Hits it from 3-point range.
And they don't want want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Out of Würzburg, Germany, undrafted Maxi Kleber with a strong start, Doris, to his career.
Incredible to think he grows up in the same small town as Dirk Nowitzki, and he first meets Dirk when he's 12 years old. What an amazing story for them to become teammates on the Mavericks. So cool.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Finney Smith passes to Wright. Dallas moving it around. Just 4 to shoot. Banked in off the glass. Now just a 2-point Suns lead.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Booker outside. They need this one. Again, the miss by Booker.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
And there's the whistle. That goes on Frank Kaminsky. That's his first foul. Cauley Stein kicks to Finney Smith. Passes it to Brunson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
What a college career for Jalen Brunson. 2 championships and a Wooden Award. This is one of the most decorated players in college basketball history.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. And Brunson, the College Player of the Year back in 2018, but fell to the second round. Doris, when you look at that time, why did he fall?
I think it had everything to do with the fact that he's not an elite athlete by NBA standards. But we know unequivocally Jalen Brunson is a winner. His father played a decade in the NBA. This young man has been around the game since his formative years, and you can see it in his game.
A lot of competitors in this league, Doris, and you've got to be that way to play at this level. I know you have a list of competitors that you admire a lot.
It's those guys, Kevin, who have that insatiable desire to win. The guys who absolutely despise losing, who it almost hurts. It's painful physically. Giannis Antetokounmpo is driven to be great. He wants an NBA championship. LeBron James has got multiple titles and continues to pursue greatness. What I love about great NBA players, it's never enough.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. Since taking over the starting role in 2018, Willie Cauley-Stein lived up to his draft spot of being number 6 for Hague overall in 2015.
And you knew that a big man like Cauley-Stein would take a few years to develop, but at a legit 7 feet and great length, he is everything you could hope for in a starting center.
And now we go to the 2K leaderboard. What a season it's been for these teams on the offensive glass. In third, the Mavericks.
One of the better rebounding teams in the league, especially on the offensive end. They never take that for granted in terms of whether the shot's going in.
Here's Jerome. Brunson covering. Jerome passes to Baines. Just 5 to shoot. Carter. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Great for the Phoenix Suns with a franchise-high 9-year playoff drought. There is pressure on this team to find their way out of that long rebuild.
And their moves on draft night, they raised some eyebrows. They've got some young talent, but can new coach Monty Williams turn them into a winner? Long-suffering Suns fans certainly hope so.
No good on the free throw. And he sinks the second.
Well, you think the ownership style of the Mavericks, something the league had to adjust to. Very active, very outspoken. Sometimes I think that rubbed people the wrong way. But now you get the sense it's almost the new normal.
Now here's Brunson. 5 points in the game.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
And 1:01 left to play here in the first. Jerome passes to Kaminsky. Here's Jerome. Got it off in time and beat the shot clock, but it's no good. Here's Wright. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Jerome passes to Bridges. 30 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here's Jerome. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's Carter. And it's Wright sending it back. And so it looks like the Suns will retain possession here. Here's Baines. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Mavericks leading by 3. Brunson scanning the floor. Out left to the wing. Here's Cauley Stein. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And Cauley Stein has drawn comparisons to Tyson Chandler due to his length and athleticism. It's important he continues to get better. Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Cauley Stein. Cauley Stein hits them both. Just 4 seconds left in the first quarter. From deep. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Mavericks lead by 5. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. Kristaps Porzingis grew up in faraway Latvia, but thanks to his brother, developed a passion for the NBA.
My older brother, he was a big fan of NBA always, and he always had pictures of Michael and then Kobe and Shaq, and then we both started watching a lot of NBA highlights. And then later on, 13, 14, Kobe and Powell, you know, I used to watch those guys play a lot.
And Greg, that's something different now for foreign players, isn't it? A lot more exposure to the NBA.
And KP, a fan of the culture. You saw him in cornrows as a kid. I think that helped prepare him for the transition.
And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast as the second quarter getting going right now. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. They have Frank Kaminsky. Also Johnson out there. Carter out there with Aaron Baines. And it's Jerome in at the point. Phoenix with the ball. After the Mavericks pick up 3. Pass to Johnson. From deep three-point range, Cauley Stein grabs the board.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
J.J. Barea is checked in for Jalen Brunson.
J.J. Barea.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Finney-Smith kicks to Barea. Pass to Cauley Stein. Dishes it to right. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Clock at 6. Three-pointer. Not going to go that time. And Phoenix will come the other way. Here's Jerome. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to go on Willie Cauley Stein. If you were coaching, Doris, and you could run your offense through center in the game. And let's take guys that are playing right now because we can go back in history and the names are endless. Who would you run your offense through at that position?
Probably a guy that the casual NBA fan is not as knowledgeable about as they should be, Kevin, and that's Nikola Jokic. This is a young, early 20-year-old who may be the best passer out of the post position that we've seen in a generation. Jokic is a guy who can handle the ball from three-point territory. He can take it off the window and initiate your offense. They run him like a point center, and it's appropriate because he's unselfish and gifted as a passer.
Gifted, great word to use, you're right. And the first one at the line is good. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
Well, you look at the Suns going forward. They have got to believe a big part of the puzzle is DeAndre Ayton. This guy was the #1 overall pick in last year's draft.
Here's Kleba. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Oh, wow, guys, doesn't look good. We've got an injury here.
And I'll tell you, this is something you never like to see.
No, obviously something that, every player fears. The NBA has made player safety a priority, but injuries continue to happen.
Mavericks making a switch here. Powell's checked in. Now Carter. Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. And DeLon Wright gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Doris Ayton, a terrific rebounder. He can score in the paint. And, of course, he is still improving.
Yeah, what you like about DeAndre Ayton, Kev, is he doesn't just rely on his God-given talent. This guy knows he needs to be more consistent with the jumper, improve his overall defensive awareness, but this guy is willing to put in the work to become a complete and great NBA player.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And the shot goes down.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Suns trail by 12. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Over to the left wing. Phoenix, no good that time either. Mavericks have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Here's Barea, and he uses the glass on the layup. Barea's got the lead up to 14 now for the Mavs.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Jerome passes to Johnson. Kaminsky kicks to Johnson. And that's a foul called on Dwight Powell. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Well, that's 2 fouls on him early. He'll have to be careful not to pick up another one.
A different look for Dallas. Zingas, he's checked in for Maxi Kleba. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Seth Curry in for DeLon Wright. And for the Suns, Ayton, he's checked in for Aaron Baines. Saric comes in for Frank Kaminsky. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Carter.
Yeah, clearly struggling here with the foul. Still early. And just one more will put him over the limit.
Ayton inside. Powell's there. That misses off the backboard. Here's Dallas. They're on a 10-1 run. Curry is inside. Covered by Rubio. Curry kicks to Barea. 5 to shoot. Misses that one. His first miss of the night. 2 for 3. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Jerome passes to Ayton. Here's Jerome. The Suns need to get a shot off. Over Barea. They get it again. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
I think what you like most about DeAndre Ayton is probably how efficient he is on the offensive end. Now, obviously, the next step, he's got to raise his game and defensive intensity on that end of the floor.
He's off on the first. Well, it's such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev.
And that one falls from Saric.
You think back to after the trade from Philadelphia, Dario Saric had a hard time getting settled in with Minnesota. They started him in a bench role, and it wasn't until he became a starter that you saw his productivity increase.
Maxi Kleba, he's checked in for Dallas. Saric nails them both. And doors with Saric coming off the bench is something he's done in the past. But he had better results as a starter last season.
It would appear to me he is much more comfortable as a starter. His shot seems to come a little bit easier. The floor spacing this young man provides is a huge plus for his team.
Now here's Curry. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Porzingis, good, and Curry gets the assist. Porzingis has got the lead up to 14 now for Dallas.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Saric dishes to Oubre. Good on the triple. Oubre's got 8.
But he's got NBA range. There's no doubt about that. Oubre with 3-and-D ability on the wing.
Doncic finds Hardaway. Porzingis feeling it out a bit. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Another 3 for Dallas.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Saric outside. Lets the 3 fly. Yep, it goes. And the Dallas lead is cut down to 11 points with that bucket from Oubre.
Boy, he's putting pressure on the defense. That's 2 from downtown this period.
Here's Doncic. Oubre pulls it in.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
And Ayton throws it down.
At his size, Dario Saric can see the floor, and he knows how to put it on time and on target.
Now here's Curry. Here's Doncic. That doesn't go either for Doncic. Moment here now for an injury report. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge for an update on Willie Cauley-Stein. David.
Well, guys, I had a moment to catch up with the Mavericks head athletic trainer. He told me it's a sprained elbow. Now, they put some ice on it, and they're hoping that he doesn't have any inflammation. He's definitely out for the rest of tonight, and he'll probably need some recovery time beyond that. Guys, back to you.
Thanks for the status report there, David. At least we now know, Greg, how he's doing.
Yeah, when you talk injury, the unknown factor is always a difficult thing to deal with.
There's no question, because even if you know what's wrong, individuals have different healing times. The time frames can be totally different for similar injuries.
Out to Doncic. Back to Kleba. From deep. Rubio with the rebound.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Oubre passes to Rubio. Saric dishes to Oubre. And here is Ayton. He's been a go-to guy for them when they've needed offense. He's averaging 19 points a game. They grab their own miss. Rubio outside. Connects on the 9-footer. Rubio's got his second bucket of the night.
Oh, wow. Rubio, wide repertoire of moves off the dribble.
Doncic passes to Hardaway. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
The numbers for Luka Doncic absolutely staggering. The only rookie ever to average over 20 points, 7 boards, and 5 assists.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Doncic. And such impressive poise and confidence for Luka Doncic, Doris. He's unfazed by the NBA.
I think it makes sense, Kevin, when you consider this young man has been playing as a pro and against men since the age of 16. And by 17, he was tearing up the EuroLeague. This guy was ready to make the leap.
He doesn't get the second one.
There's so much to like about Luka Doncic, but perhaps the best thing is he can contribute in every aspect of the game. Scoring, rebounding, passing, you name it.
Now, here's Rubio. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Trailblazers in Portland.
I love that he sacrificed his body over and over. His persistence at getting to the free throw line really paid off for them. I know he's got to be frustrated right now, but the team is fighting from behind. He's got to stay with it.
The pass to Doncic. Teardrop shot. He gets that one. Doncic has got 6 here in this quarter.
Boy, Luka Doncic excels in the two-man game. You handle the rock with perfection. Nicely done, young sir.
And Doncic with a clear path to the hoop. It's tipped. And now the fast break. Bridges with the ball. Kicks it to Ayton. Shoots over Doncic. And the Suns miss again.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
Now here's Hardaway. The 3. That doesn't go either for Doncic. Booker with no one around. It's rebounded by Doncic. Doncic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Kleba. Now here's Porzingis. Outside Curry. Fires from deep. Sinks the triple. Curry's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Boy, had this shot on automatic. The confidence so crucial to what Seth Curry brings to the table.
Rubio outside. Oubre outside. Over Hardaway. They recover it. Bridges misses. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. And stolen by Booker. Here's Bridges. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
You know, just good play recognition and quick hands. That's how Booker picks up his steals.
Dallas leading by 11. Doncic passes to Curry. Back to Doncic. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 3 assists in the game.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already is eye-opening.
Now, here's Bridges. He coins his last outing. Oubre outside. Bounce pass, Rubio. 6 on the shot clock. Now, here's Bridges. Defense is right there. Dallas has gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Doncic kicks to Kleba. 1:11 left in the first half. Doncic outside. Another 3 for Dallas.
Well, they're leading in large part because of the work he's put in this quarter. This is nicely done.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pass to Ayton. Booker outside. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good.
and he's still scoreless in the quarter. They might need to go to a plan B to help him get his confidence.
And now the Suns, a fast break. Here's Oubre. His three-pointers off the mark. Now the Mavericks with it, stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. Hardaway, no good.
And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive driving the basketball, settling far too much for jumpers.
Curry on the wing. Defended by Bridges. Bridges with the steal. Got it up. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks with a sizable lead as the quarter up at 16 points. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. They saw their lead grow to a high water mark of 5 in the period. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. And Kenny, what are your thoughts on how Dallas played?
And we're seeing there's a certain it factor for Luka Doncic. His supreme confidence in himself, the terrific floor leader, he's turned a lot of people into believers in a very short time.
And over to Shaq. What did you think about Phoenix?
Well, there are a few areas they need to improve on, but perimeter defense is priority numero uno. They got to be quicker to close out on the three-point shooters. They got to prevent the open looks. They weren't fighting through screens. They're just not doing enough, Ernie, especially outside.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Hardaway and Porzingis in at the forward slots. Doncic out there with Curry. And it's Kleba in at the 5 down low. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half with.
Oh, boy, Kevin. Kelly Oubre is rolling. You can see all that potential starting to rise to the surface.
Now here's Porzingis. Outside Curry. Doncic feeling it out. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 5 assists tonight. Suns trail by 17. Saric outside. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Ayton dishes to Oubre. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
See, Kelly Oubre understands how to take advantage of his athleticism on the interior. That's nice.
The Suns have hit 6 free throws in 10 attempts.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on that one.
And remember, he grew up in New Orleans, but Kelly Oubre had to move to Texas after Hurricane Katrina. Some tough times that he said put a little bit of a chip on his shoulder to this day.
Mavericks making a switch here. Powell's checked in. And the second free throw, good. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. Hardaway passes to Powell. He feeds it to Doncic. On the wing, Hardaway. For the three. Another three for Dallas.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the result.
Suns trail by 19. And Rubio kicks to Booker. Back to Rubio. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's on Luka Doncic.
Yeah, see the defender unwilling to just give it to Rubio, forces him to the line.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And, you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last out.
2 shots.
And that one misses.
That's so much that Rubio gives you. The last thing that has to come to me is the range shooting.
Good on the second free throw. Mavericks leading by 18. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Back to Doncic. Another three for Dallas.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks Chelsea.
And the impact that Porzingis could have on the defensive end, Greg, cannot be overstated.
The reach and leaping ability he has paired with his timing make him a premier rim protector. And what sets him over the top really is that fearlessness. He will challenge anyone and everyone at the rim.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now.
I tell you, Kevin, you've got to love the energy and effort by Powell right now contesting shooters.
Curry against Booker. Back to Doncic. No good with the triple.
You know, missed that one, but still a really good start coming off the break. 3 for 4 now.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That'll be his second foul of the game. DeLon Wright, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for the Suns. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Out of bounds, it'll be Mavericks ball. Mavericks leading by 21. Doncic kicks to Hardaway. Doncic against Rubio. Out to Hardaway. Offensive rebound. Here's Powell. Missed it. Even after all those chances. Here we go, one-on-one, and it's good for 2. 10 points for Devin Booker.
This guy difficult to match up with in transition because Booker can hit from anywhere on the floor.
Up top, Doncic. Covered by Rubio. Hardaway passes to Wright. Outside, Porzingis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Šarić. Out to Doncic. Outside Hardaway. Dallas again missing.
Well, this is the night you look at your teammates and tap them on the back and say, good job, because for him, he's been struggling all night.
Rubio looking around. Here's Baines. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And the basket by Rubio.
You know, that's big for Ricky Rubio's confidence. When that guy's drilling tough shots, it helps him get in a groove. Look out.
Pass to Powell. Now here's Porzingis. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19 points a game. Doncic outside. Off target from three-point range. Suns trail by 17. Oubre outside. Back to Rubio. There's the three. Porzingis with the block. 3 on 3. The 19-foot shot. It's Hardaway, that time on the assist by Doncic. Hardaway's got 5 points so far.
Well, don't get caught up in the long-range shooting. Hardaway Jr. has that in-between game. Really nice shot.
And Saric kicks to Oubre. Rubio with him. 7 points in the game. And the pass to Baines. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. On the wing, Hardaway. Covered by Oubre. Doncic finds Hardaway. Saric against Wright. And he banks in the layup. He's got 11.
What an effective, efficient offensive possession. They'd love to get that shot every trip down the floor.
And the Suns call time here.
Well, think back to before he moves on to the Dallas Mavericks. While Tim Hardaway Jr. was with the Knicks, he was carrying such a burden offensively because Porzingis was still recovering.
Some changes. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Barea subbed in for Luka Doncic. Johnson kicks to Kaminsky. Here's Jerome. And the foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. That is his first foul of the game. And we've seen Hardaway be a much more efficient player than in the past.
What we know, Kevin, unequivocally, is that this young man can score the basketball. But what you hope is the best players in the NBA are all about efficiency. That's what you want Hardaway Jr. thinking about. How can I be the most efficient guy on the floor?
Here's Jerome. 2 on the clock. The shot, no good.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Finney-Smith passes to Powell. Right outside. Back to Barea. And the layup's good off the glass. Barea's got 7 points in the game.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Now here's Johnson. No points in the game yet for him. Carter, that's good.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the deep.
Wright looking around. Outside, Porzingis. Passes it to Finney-Smith. There's the dish to Barea. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. 10 points for him.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it, Greg? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Here's Kaminsky. Suns keep it alive. Carter misses the layup.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes, what a big-time asset defensively.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him. And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Outside, Porzingis. Over Kaminsky. Porzingis can't hit.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one. Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And here are the young Bombers, the players that have led the rookie ranks in three-point shooting since the All-Star break. Dallas shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. That one is off.
Well, how about the guy, undrafted, undersized guard out of Puerto Rico? What a career J.J. Barea has made for himself.
Jalen Brunson, who's checked in for DeLon Wright. And Phoenix also making a switch. Bridges checks in. And he's good on the second. Phoenix has gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Here's Jerome. Brunson covering. Here's Carter. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Brunson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. He gets it in there. Brunson's got 7 points in the game. So it's Phoenix now. Here's Jerome. Pass to Bridges. He kicks it to Carter. Pass to Jerome. Over Brunson. Jerome. No good.
What a brutal night for this guy, and it is having a ripple effect throughout the team. This is tough.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, he throws it down with such ease. That rim might as well be 8 feet off the ground.
Here's Bridges, following the score by Dallas. There's the pass to Jerome. Trying to get open is Johnson. No good from outside. Here's Dallas. They're on a 16-7 run. Brunson, a beautiful reverse layup. Brunson's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Well, what you love about Kristaps Porzingis at 7'3", he can see over any defender, and he's a terrific passer, guys.
Phoenix calls timeout.
Well, with Kristaps Porzingis, you love not only the skill, but the passion he plays with. You would never use the descriptor passive with this guy.
Chance to check out Mikal Bridges here. Some nice work from him over the last 10 games. First in free throw shooting. And with a top 20 ranking in field goal percentage, you put the ball in his hands and he converts at a remarkable rate.
And it's nice when you have the NBA's best free throw shooter just keep the ball in his hands in clutch situations. He's been completely automatic this season. Now, here's Bridges. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Shot to stop the run. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Bridges has got 5 now. And with Porzingis, as Doris, you mentioned, that energy he has is contagious.
Well, he is the prototypical modern NBA big, right? Porzingis can run the floor in transition. He can face up and shoot with range. He can put it on the deck, and he can play out of the post. What more could you ask?
Here's Jerome. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Some power coming from the PG.
Ah, that's right, GA. Seeing more and more of that these days. Backcourt guys who can elevate.
We know versatility is huge in this game. Just a tremendous job finishing that play. Wow.
Now, here's Bridges. 5 points in the game. Jerome passes to Johnson. Here's Jerome. Brunson covering. Lets it go from deep. Jerome. No good. Mavericks leading by 23. Gets it loose. Fires it up. And he connects with the jumper. 11 points in the game.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Now, here's Bridges. Right wing. With some arc, and it's good on the way in.
Well, that's a nice play. You've got to read the situation and go to your floater game when necessary.
27 seconds left in the third quarter. Brunson with it. Harder on him. Brunson finds Porzingis. Another three for Dallas.
Love the confidence. Porzingis doesn't just have the green light, guys. They're designing these plays to get him that look.
Here's Jerome. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
This is his third free throw attempt of the game.
And he's putting together a solid year at the free throw line. 79% overall.
One shot.
Doncic against Bridges. Doncic outside. There's the triple. Can't get it to fall. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. It's Dallas just dominating this one. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
And, Greg, nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Setting the floor for the Suns. Saric and Ayton at the 4 and the 5. Rubio and Booker. They're the backcourt. And it's Bridges in at the 3, the small forward.
Luka Doncic is in distinguished company because his game is so far advanced for his age.
Saric outside. Trying to find Rubio. He's got it now. But he recovers it. Second shot opportunity. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. You and I were just talking about something Commissioner Silver said the other day about a proposed mid-season tournament. What do you think?
Well, I certainly think if they do move to a mid-season tournament, it's going to have real value for it to matter. To get the fans engaged, something has to be on the line. So, number one, you're going to have two goals. Instead of one championship, maybe you want to win that mid-season tournament too.
That free throw good from Rubio. And the Mavericks with some changes. Marjanovic comes in for Dwight Powell. And it's Jackson in for Curry. The Suns making a switch here. And so Ricky Rubio nails both of them. Doncic outside. Shoots from 12. And another basket for Dallas.
We know this about Luka. This guy dangerous from anywhere on the floor. Such an effective shooter.
Now Diallo kicks it to Bridges. Passes to Ayton. That's tipped. Here's Brunson. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
Or some of these players are making more money on endorsement deals than on their NBA contracts. I mean, I just shake my head at that, don't you?
It's an amazing time in which we live because the power of social media and the understanding of today's athlete that their brand is significant and that their brand extends outside of the lines of competition. You see so many men who have overseas opportunities, whether you're talking Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Donovan Mitchell. They understand the power of the face and the talents they bring to the table. Truly, truly remarkable young men.
Remarkable indeed. And the dunk by Doncic.
This incredible confidence that Luka Doncic possesses, my goodness.
Pass to Ayton. And here's Diallo. Guarded by Jackson. And it's good, 2 points.
Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Pass to Marjanovic. Here's Kleba. The pass to Brunson. 6 to shoot. Now Doncic. It's hauled in by Diallo. Okobo looking over the floor. And the rejection by Marjanovic. Bridges against Doncic. Good on the bucket. Doncic has got 14 points now in the second half. The Suns have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Passes it to Ayton. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Diallo. It's rebounded by Dallas. Kleba's got 6 rebounds in the game. Doncic passes to Marjanovic. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Diallo kicks to Bridges. It's good from long range. Bridges has got 6 in the quarter.
You simply must play better defense than that. This guy is too good from distance.
Here's Doncic. Plays it up and banks it in.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Timeout called the Suns. Greg, you look at the young Luka Doncic. What impresses you the most right now about his game?
Well, Kevin, you just don't see many players his height who can handle and make step-back threes. Also, his confidence. He came into the league never doubting that he could dominate a game. And don't forget about his brilliance as a passer.
In for Maxi Kleba. And the Suns making a change here as well. Baines is checked in. Here's Baines. Here's Rubio. It's rebounded by Brunson. Brunson's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Now, here's Bridges. Rubio, the pass to Okobo. Here's Baines. Clock at 4. Here's Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick, no rotation. My goodness.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
And the Suns making a change here. Oubre's checked in. We're seeing some great shooters with length, tall players shooting from outside. That seems to be the rage right now, but when you look in your crystal ball, Doris, what might be the next player trend in the NBA?
So we saw the evolution of big men as three-point shooters, men being able to enter the league as sort of back to the basket, consistent rebounding forces out of the post, now stepping away and becoming threats as face-up scorers. To me, one of the most intriguing young players in the league right now is Nikola Jokic. Here's a 7-foot guy who is a tremendous playmaker. His instinct is to pass more than it is to score. So you wonder, is that the next evolution of big men? And then the other thing, Kevin, you are starting to see offensive rebounding went away as a focal point of teams in the NBA. You are starting to see teams go back after the offensive glass. Does that continue?
Second chance is a big statistic, isn't it?
It is.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for the Mavericks. A three off the inbound. Brunson, no good.
Well, after hitting one triple in the first half, it's been all radio silence since.
Oubre dishes to Rubio. Yep, it counts. Rubio's got 9 points here in the second half.
You've got to have a short memory. Put a poor first half in your rear view and now make an impact.
Marjanovic finds Hardaway. Brunson with it, covered by Oubre. Floats one up. Lays it up off the glass. Marjanovic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And you can see he just caught a glimpse of the open man on the perimeter and immediately got him the basketball.
Back to Rubio. Here's a Kobo. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Mavericks shooting an outstanding 53% for the game. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. The Suns have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. Pass to Diallo. Rubio against Wright. 6 on the shot clock. Releases. Rubio misses.
All by himself, trying to step up. He's got to be frustrated with the miss.
Chalk up 2 there.
Oh, what a pretty pass. Throw to the open spot. Lead your teammate perfectly.
Now, here's Rubio. Diallo the pass to Okobo. Rubio outside. Well, remember the time, Doris, when it was rare to see stars changing teams? Now we read about it every day.
No question, Kevin. Think back to my formative years watching the NBA as a fan. Larry Bird was a Boston Celtic. Magic Johnson was a Los Angeles Laker. The trend in today's NBA is that shorter player contracts, more player control over where they want to be. And the reality is this, Kevin, at some point, free agency entered the equation. It's appropriate, it's fair, they've earned the right to choose where they play.
Okobo, and the rejection by Marjanovic. Jackson passes to Brunson. Jackson kicks to Marjanovic. Outside Hardaway. From outside the arc, Brunson, good. Brunson's got 12 points in just the second half.
Well, that's his second 3 of the game. 1 in the first half, 1 here.
Okobo, the pass to Diallo. Now, here's Rubio. Brunson covering. And here's Rubio. Can they get it? It's good. Rubio's got 8 points in the quarter.
You know, put a rough first half behind him. He's absolutely crushing it here in the second.
Pass to Marjanovic. Back to Brunson. Outside for Jackson. Another 3 for Dallas.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Now the pass to Diallo. In basketball, like many sports, you can call some kind of penalty on almost every play. So with that in mind, where do we draw that line?
I would say that most coaches and most players would say as long as there's consistency with officiating, they can adapt to the way the game is being called. As fans, as broadcasters, what we want to see the game remain free-flowing, fluid, pretty, the ability to move and cut and not be impeded in your progress. That's what I want to see.
And we see that most nights.
No doubt.
And it's Okobo with the ball for the Phoenix Suns. Jackson against Oubre. Took the opportunity when he saw it. Oubre's got 19 points.
I'll tell you, individually, he is doing all he can. But right now, somebody's got to step in and support this guy.
Right with it. Guarded now by Rubio. Passes it to Brunson. Back to Jackson. Right outside. From deep. That shot misses. And Phoenix will come the other way. Now, here's Rubio. Here's Baines. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
Well, it's easy to say. This guy wanted it more. Creating the second chance opportunity and cashing in.
Brunson the pass to Jackson. Back to Brunson. It's all right. This is going to come out of the blue here. But if you had to choose between raising the height of the basket or widening the floor or even widening the lane, which would it be?
I have very strong feelings on this, Kevin. And for me, it would be widening the floor. And the reason I say that is it feels to me in the last couple of years there are more sideline violations where teams are turning it over because they're trying to get to that corner three, one of the most advantageous, best shots in today's game. But because that three-point line is so close to the sideline out of bounds, we're seeing too many violations. So if I had to choose between one or the other, I would absolutely widen the floor.
The 15th pick back in 2017, Justin Jackson, Doris, won a championship, as you know, at North Carolina.
Yeah, Kevin, he spent his first season and a half in Sacramento. Now he gets a new opportunity. Sometimes it's that next stop where young players really find success.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Phoenix has gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. Inside, a slam dunk by Diallo.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest fives in the NBA.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Mavericks.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And for the year now, they'll ramp up their win total to an even 40. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Luka Doncic.
What a relentless scoring night for this guy, in attack mode all evening.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
No doubt. It felt like they were a little tight for much of the evening. Now they're in a better flow, but it may be too little too late.
Marjanovic finds Jackson. And here's Barea. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Diallo. Okobo, the pass to Johnson. 24 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Down low, here's Marjanovic, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
Bridges inside the three-point line. On the wing, Johnson. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. KP, you guys did a great job contesting shots and disrupting their offense. What did you like best about the defensive effort tonight?
I think from the beginning of the game, we just started off aggressive. We were connected defensively, and that's why we were able to stop them.
You got it done when it counted, Kristaps. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. See you later.